Hi y'all, Colin here with a vinyl update. Well, I have a huge stack of records here since I haven't had a video in a couple of weeks, so I'm just going to jump right into those. No crazy annex on this one because I've just got too many darn records to show you this time. Anyway, the first one I picked up solely because of this. It says Song for Wounded Knee. And if you all know that all that stuff went down in South Dakota back in the 70s and even before that in the 1800s when they had the Wounded Knee Massacre. But anyway, it says Song for Wounded Knee. And I had no idea what it was. I just picked it up because of that. And it's the Richard Davis Trio featuring Joe Beck and Jack DeJohnette. And there they are there. I didn't have no idea what was on this, but I played it. And it's some really cool jazz, dudes. It's a really good record. I really enjoyed this. So if you get a chance to look that up, check out this record. It's a really good jazz record. Next we have the 20 number one hits of Motown. The Hank Williams Memorial Album. And that is on a MGM really thick vinyl. And the sleeves on some of these old records are almost like they're laminated. That's really cool. And this has to be from the 50s, I imagine. Through these real quick here. My updated copy of Johnny Cash Bitter Tears, still in the shrink. I can't see it. But this has the Ballad of Ira Hayes, and the whole theme of the record's sort of Native American related. As long as the grass shall grow, Apache Tears, Custer, The Talking Leaves, the Ballad of Ira Hayes, Drums, White Girl, The Vanishing Race. That's a pretty good Johnny Cash record, which is a bit obscure, I think, but it's a good one. And next I found another Nuggets record, Pop, Volume 3. And some of the groups are the Knickerbockers, the Crying Shames, Lewis and Clark Expedition, the Parade, Boyce and Hart, the Circle, the Merry-Go-Round, the Bobby Fuller Four, the Turtles, Spiral Staircase, the Outsiders, People, October Country, Nuggets, Volume 3, Pop. And here we have The Sound of Wilson Pickett. And again, that's on a very thick laminated cover, and this is a Atlantic record, and it's also thick. And this was recorded at the Muscle Shoals, Alabama, at the well, if you've ever watched that, there's a documentary called Muscle Shoals, and apparently they had a lot of good sounds coming out of that little studio back in these days. If you get a chance, watch it. It's pretty good. It's called Muscle Shoals, and it's on Netflix right now. And there's a lot of great music came out of that place. People from all over the world went and recorded there. The Rolling Stones and a bunch of others. And I believe these guys too, Blind Faith. This is a good record. I guess this was the only one they made. I'm not sure. This is a good copy of Blind Faith. It's got its little beams, but it's in shape otherwise. And here's one with another one I bought purely on the cover. And I'm sorry if this offends anybody, but this is a compilation of jazz musicians, and it's Pot, Spoon, Pipe, and Jug. jazz, 14 jazz vocals and reefer songs. I got that purely for the cover, plus it's got some good music on her. Cab Calloway, uh, Slim and Slam, Stuff Smith and his Onyx Club Boys. But some of the song names on this are Kicking the Gong Around, Pipe Dream Blues, Junkers Blues, Reefer Man, Dopey Joe, Use a Viper, Plastic Jesus, Knocking Myself Out, Dopehead Blues, Cocaine Habit Blues, Take a Whiff on Me, Selling That Stuff, Harlem Gin Blues, and Don't Make Me High. I just like this cover because I've never seen that before. And that's on a stash label. Stash. You keep your stash in here, I guess. And let's see, next we have some funk music. I kind of got these together in a group of my funk findings. And the first one is Funkadelic, One Nation Under Groove. It's got a sticker on there, apparently of some catalog number or something, and somebody wrote their name up here, Jack somebody or other. But the record's in really good shape itself, not the cover. Well, the cover's decent if it wouldn't have the writings and things on there. Ooh. Oh. That's Funkadelic. And next we have Parliament, The Clones of Dr. Funkenstein. Still in the shrink. Bonus record offer inside. I don't think I remember if there's anything in this. Yes, there's a Casablanca flyer for t-shirts and things. There's Donna Summer making her Marilyn Monroe pose. I take it from other things. It's like an order form. Questionnaire on the back. Put that together there. Parliament Mothership Connection. And again, this is a George Clinton, like the others. And I don't know if I've heard these guys, but I like the covers on these. And it looks funky to me, so I just picked it up. I haven't even listened to them yet. Instant Funk Witch Doctor. I just enjoyed the cover on that. And they're kind of dressed up back there. The Sal Soul label. I don't think I've ever seen that. I didn't examine where these are from and all that real close yet. And here's another one, Instant Funk. The funk is on. And now a totally different kind of record. Julie London, Julie Is Her Name. That's a nice picture of her. And that's, again, back then they made the records nice and thick. Liberty. And I picked up a couple of Traffic records. There's Traffic, Mr. Fantasy. Actually, the Blind Faith. I think I was thinking of Traffic recorded at Muscle Shoals, some of their stuff, or both. I can't remember. I'm getting them mixed up. Anyways, Traffic, Mr. Fantasy. It's a good record. Looks like a good record. And next we have Traffic, Greatest Hits. And another Traffic record, John Barleycorn Must Die. You can see the covers Jack, but the record's good. John Barleycorn must die. And lastly, King Crimson, Starless, and Bible Black. I think that's what that says. Gatefold. With a bunch of writing. Crazy. I can't read it at the moment. It looks like it's going to take some close examining. And it's 1974. And that's the records. And real quick, I'm going to have a reading from the Song for Wounded Knee. It's on the inside of this cover here. Marlon Brando in March 1973 startled many of his colleagues in the film industry when he sent a young Indian woman to reject his Academy Award and to witness for herself and for her people to the legion of injustices inflicted upon American Indians, not only in films. It was that act, what the Quakers call speaking truth to power, that led to the ways in which the 7 performances in this album are titled. For there's another kind of truth here, the power of music to unite, to show by example what could be in this America of the 1970s, Watergate, the symbiotic machinations of ITT and the CIA, the residue of the Vietnam War, and the chronic deceptiveness of our national leadership are one of America. Richard Davis, Joe Beck, and Jacques DeJournette speak in their music of another kind. And I can't think of... Oh, here's another one here. Speaking of the American Indian, Davis made another point. The Indians' country was raped as the Indians were overwhelmed by modernized ways of making war. According to some of the books I read in college, that kind of modernization is part of what is called civilization. But something's wrong with that definition. It seems to me that the whole idea of civilization is to be civil, to live in unity with others. And you can be civilized, and you can't be civilized by making war. Thanks, Colin. Over and out.